Are you looking for some deals out there this week? Today we're looking at the top 10 coldest Magic cards, and these are all the cards moving down in value. Maybe you'll find something you want to pick up. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Modern Horizons 3, Universe Beyond Assassin's Creed, or find a vast number of other great products on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or the comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where today we're looking at the top 10 coldest Magic the Gathering cards. A lot of these were on our hot list recently, but they're retracting now as more copies are getting out there, getting into players' hands. As always, our top 10 cold cards are based on two things. We want to see a decrease in the percentage value of these cards, but also a decrease in the number of sales from week to week. Before we get started, just one fast thing. I do want to say thank you to one of our gold patrons, Paul Gallagher. Paul's been a gold patron for quite some time. Thank you, Paul, for all your support for the channel. It goes a really long way. Can't thank you enough. Again, I always say this, but I could not do this without viewers like yourself. Thank you, Paul, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is Lotus Ring, down $1.17 to $6.08. That's a 16% decrease. This is from Outlaws of Thunder Junction's The Big Score subset, and it was our number 7 cold card last week. This did have a high price point at release, and it's really not seeing that much play. Some are throwing it in a commander deck here or there, but I'm not seeing it in too many deck lists overall. So not surprisingly, it moves down again this week. Coming in at number 9 is Rogue Class, down $1.18 to $4.37. That is a 21% decrease. This was our number 17 hot card 2 weeks ago. It was number 12 last week. Now it makes our cold list as sellers bring more copies to the secondary market to try to cash in on the high price point. Why was it hot originally though? Well, it is a card that lets you play cards you don't own. So it was moving as some players grabbed it to upgrade the Outlaws of Thunder Junction Grand Larceny Commander deck, while others wanted it for fresh builds around a couple cards from there, the front-facing Commander Gonti Canny Inquisitor, and Felix 5 Boots. Coming in at number 8 is Satoru the Infiltrator, down $1.25 to $4.25. That's a 23% decrease. This was our number 5 coldest card for 2 weeks, and then last week was number 8. Here we have an Outlaws of Thunder Junction card that sees a lot of play, yet still moving down due to all the copies getting out there. Keep an eye on it though. A few weeks ago, Aspiring Spike streamed a Modern Brewing session featuring a Satoru Vial deck. Now we're seeing a bunch of Modern decks playing this card. For example, Crabvine, Esper Reanimator, Esper Stoneblade, Esper as well as Sultai Scam, plus others are running multiple copies and many times play sets of this. I've also seen some trying this in Pioneer Dimir Vampires, Legacy Ninjas, and Esper Scam. It's even shown up in some vintage decks. Additionally, it's been a fairly popular commander already, and it's in the 99 of some builds there too, old and new, including a popular one in the form of Yuriko the Tiger Shadow. It will be interesting to see what this card does in the coming weeks. It has been dropping, obviously a lot of these have been getting into players' hands. It is a rare, not a mythic. But I do think when the new products start rolling out, people turn their attention to other sets, this could start to creep up. Number 7 is Eon Hub, down $2.24 to $6.76. That is a 25% decrease. This was our number 3 card on the hot list last week. But same old story here, card gets hot, more copies enter the marketplace as sellers try to take advantage of the spike, and then you see some retraction. So what made this hot to begin with? It was spiking as a response to a Becca splitter of Second's popularity in the Commander format. This is a great way to ruin your friend's fun. Coming in at number 6 is Jace Reawakened, down $2.41 to $9.14. That is a 21% decrease. This was our number 4 card on our cold list last week. The combo between this new card and Valky God of Lies has led to them both seeing some modern play in a few builds, including Grixis Control. I've seen some trying this out in Pioneer, Legacy, and Vintage as well. In fact, that same combo that we have been seeing in Modern is doing pretty good in Pioneer Dimir Control. In Commander, this new Jace is getting some play in different builds, old and new, like Kellen the Kid, for example. This is a case, though, where a new card is seeing play, but maybe not as much as some anticipated. Couple that with all the product getting into circulation, and Jace Reawakened goes down some again this week. Now, before we get to our top 5, just a quick reminder that this video is sponsored by FlipsideGaming.com. check out their website. Right now you can pre-order Modern Horizons 3 products there. You can also pre-order the MTG Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed products as well, or you can pick up any number of other Magic products or other things on their website. Remember, if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States, and they're pretty easy to find. Just check out the comment section or the description below. I have direct links to the site. And now, without any further ado, let's get to our top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Collector's Cage, down 247 to 840 for a 23% decrease. This is from that Outlaws of Thunder Junction, the Big Score subset, and you might remember this was our number 2 hottest card 2 weeks ago, but it was our number 1 coldest card last week. Now, it has been seeing some Pioneer play in builds like Boros Convoke and Selesnya midrange, but Modern was the reason the card spiked upon release. There we've seen it in a few builds, the most popular ones being Mardu midrange and Affinity. We'll have to see how much play the card gets going forward, but right now it does have potential, but the product is being heavily opened currently, and since this spiked recently, there have been a lot of sellers adding copies to the marketplace, hence the price retraction. Number 4 is Tombstone Stairwell, down 349 to 2151. That's a 14% decrease. This was number 4 on our hot list last week, and here we have a reserve list card that at best was only seeing a little commander play. However, a card from Outlaws of Thunder Junction was pushing it recently. Some commander players wanted it for builds around Campbell, Profiteering Mayor. Now though, more copies of Tombstone Stairwell have appeared in the marketplace, and it retracts some, but it's still about $10 higher than it was prior to the spike. Coming in at number 3 is Kappa Cannoneer. The Murders at Karlaw Manor Commander copy, which is from the Deep Clue Sea Commander deck, is down 223 to 699 for a 24% decrease, and the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Commander copy, which is from Buckle Up, is down 414 to 786. That's a 35% decrease. This was our number 8 hottest card 2 weeks ago, our number 3 hottest card last week, but this week it is retracting some. It was seeing legacy play in Patchwork Stompy, but over the last week or so, I have not seen it in as many deck lists. It does, however, still get a good amount of commander play in various builds, most notably around a card from its Karlaw Manor Precon, Morska Undersea Sleuth, but commander was not the key driver when it was moving up in price. That was Modern. Yup, I said Modern. Wizards previewed a Modern Horizons 3 copy of this card, which means it will be Modern legal. Players and speculators jumped on it because many believe it will be good in Modern artifact builds. But remember, more copies of this will hit the marketplace when Modern Horizons 3 comes out. I said last week that I thought this card was going to be in for a bumpy ride, and it looks like that ride has started. Number 2 is Exorcist, down $7.99 to $21.61. That's a 27% decrease. This reserve list card doesn't see much play to speak of, but that didn't stop someone from buying it out at the start of March, leading to a spike. Looks like they may be selling off copies now, and the price drops as inventory returns to the marketplace. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Silver Shroud Costume. I saw this coming down $8.96 to $24.03 for a 27% decrease. This was on our hot list for 4 weeks in a row. It came in number 11 twice, then number 6 2 weeks ago. It was number 1 last week. This week it finally sees some retraction after being red hot. It's from the Scrappy Survivors Fallout Commander deck, and it was quickly seeing play in a variety of different builds in the format. Not surprisingly, you are seeing it in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from its Precon, Dogmeat Everloyal. More recently though, there have been players that wanted this for builds around new cards from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Cards like Tiny Bones the Pickpocket, the Gitrog Ravenous Ride, and of course Obeka Splitter of Seconds. And those decks were the key drivers since they needed ways to allow Obeka to deal combat damage. After so many weeks of Silver Shroud Costume spiking though, it was inevitable that some retraction would occur as more copies continue to hit the marketplace. But the price of the card is still much higher than it was 5 weeks ago. Alright, that's going to do it for the top 10 cold cards of the week. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. We'll be back next week doing it all again, looking at the hot cards, the cold cards. Until next time, that way, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.